So today we're going to continue our notes on division, but today we're going to be talking about two-digit divisors. So I'm going to write the date in. It's 8/1. And the topic today is division. Two-digit divisors. And today we're going to look at the method with using base 10 shorthand. So base 10 shorthand. And this is NBT6. Okay. So go ahead and add that to your table of contents. And for me, this will be page 15. I'm going to go ahead and get started. So at the top, I'm going to write division, two-digit divisors, base 10 shorthand. So the way that this works is you're taking a division problem. We're going to look specifically at the two problems that are on the worksheet that you're going to take, that you have at home with you. And the title of that is Two-Digit Divisor Practice with Base 10 Shorthand. We're going to look at the problems that they have for us to solve, and we're going to solve those problems in our notebook. So 3,045 divided by 15 is our first problem. So if you don't have your pages with you, you can still just follow along up here. I'm going to continue with the notes because I'll write everything on here. I just wanted you to have those pages to refer to if you needed to. All right, so first of all, I need to decide what's what in this problem. My divisor is 15, so we can tell that that's a two-digit number. That's what we're talking about, two-digit divisors. There's my divisor, and it has two digits. And my dividend is 3,045. Okay. And my answer to this will be my quotient. Okay. So my answer to this is my quotient. That's why I put a question mark there, because I don't know the answer yet. I'm going to come down here and I'm going to show you how to solve this using the shorthand method. My divisor actually tells me how many groups I want to make. So I need to make 15 groups. And I have 3,045 things or objects to divide out into those groups. So I'm going to make down here 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 circles. I'm going to do 3 rows of those to make 15 groups total. So I have my 15 groups here. And I have 3,045 things to divide up into those 15 groups. Well, when I think about place value and I think about base 10 blocks, 3,045, I would have 3 cubes, so kind of like 3D cubes here. And then I would have no hundreds blocks because I have nothing in the hundreds place. I would have 4 tens, so 4 lines, and I would have 5 ones. So I have to split these pieces up into these 15 groups. Well, when I think about that, I only have, let's start with our biggest place value, which is the thousands. I only have 3 of these. There's no way I can give 3 out and give them out evenly. But what I can do is break them down into the next lowest place value to give them out evenly. So if I think of 1/1000 block, I'm going to cross that out with a little mark there, and that actually equals 10 hundred blocks because there's 10 hundreds in a 1,000. So I'm going to draw 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. And I've broken down one of my thousands into hundreds. It's still the same amount, it's just broken down into something that I can divide up evenly. I'm going to do that same thing for my next 1,000 block. I'm going to break it down into 10 hundreds. So I'm just going to draw myself a little arrow to let myself know that those hundreds are down here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Okay? I'm going to do the same thing with my last 1,000 block. Break it down into 10 hundreds. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. So now I get to divide these hundreds into my groups, and I can do that. So I'm going to put 100 here, and then I'm going to X it out. 100 here, X it out. Notice once I put the 100 in the group, then I come back to X it out. Okay, if you start moving too fast, you'll lose count. So 100 here, X1 out. 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 And I've gotten rid of my first 1,000. Now I have these to work with. So I'm going to put 100 here, X1 out. 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 Now I have more left over, so I go back to the top and start giving them out evenly again. 100 here, X1 out. 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 And then my last little block goes here. So that means each group now has 200 so far. So I've divvied out all of my hundreds that I had broken out for my thousands. So I've gotten rid of all of those. Now I have to deal with my tens. I have 4 tens. And obviously I can't take 4 tens and give them out evenly. So I have to break those down into ones. Now I'm going to break those down a little bit differently. Okay? I know that in one of my tens, there are 10 ones. In every one of these 10 sticks, there are 10 of these little ones. So I'm going to take and I'm going to give out 10 ones to each group, or to all my groups, and then X a whole 10 out. So I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. That means I've used a whole 10 stick and I broke it down into ones. So I'm going to come back down here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Got to come back up here. 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. X another 10 out. Okay, now I come right here because these all have 2 and this only has 1. So I'm going to do 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Now I'm down to one more 10 stick. When I think about that, it means I only have 10 left to give out, but I have 15 groups. So I don't have enough ones inside of this 10 stick to give them out evenly, so I need to add 10 ones down here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Now I've added 10 ones so I can cross this guy out because I traded him out for 10 ones. Now I get to distribute these into each group. So I'm going to put 1 here, cross it out, 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 here and cross it out, 1 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 here and cross it out, and then 1 here and cross that one out. Now I've used all of my place values. I've used everything, so I've got to look at how much is in one of my groups because that's what our quotient should be. So I have 2 hundreds and I have 3 ones. That number would be 203. So my quotient or my answer to 3,045 divided by 15 is 203. Okay? What I would like for you to do is make sure that you have these notes written in your notebook correctly. Then I want you to re-watch this video one time, and I want you to try the next problem on your page, which is 1,586 divided by 14. I want you to try it using the base 10 shorthand method. Okay? So I want you to make sure all of your notes on this page are written in your notebook correctly. And then I want you to rewatch the video one more time just to get an idea of how to do this kind of a problem without having to write down notes. So you're just going to rewatch it just listening to it and watching what I'm doing. And then I want you to try 1,586 divided by 13 and show me how you worked it out using the base 10 shorthand method in your notebook. Okay? My silly saying for today is, or what I would like for you to come back and tell me, I would like for you to come back and tell me one of the video note expectations that we created on our classroom chart. All right, see you guys tomorrow.